Welcome to Next Gen Ag, a podcast focused on real challenges facing agriculture today and the people working to overcome them.
Each episode brings together voices from both the next generation and past generations, including FFA members, newcomers to agriculture, teachers, and experienced industry leaders.
From classrooms to fields, we explore present-day struggles, practical solutions, and the lessons that connect tradition with progress.
Next Gen Ag is a space to learn, listen, and grow as generations come together to shape the future of agriculture.
Hello, everyone. We are your hosts, Dominic Valencia
and Matthew Wilbur. Dominic, let me start you with this question. Why did we create Next Gen Ag in the first place?
Well, Matthew, personally for me, I really wanted Next Gen Ag to be created because it's just a great educational experience for not only me, but my community members. Me being an agriculturist and me being a member of the FFA, there are so many things that get misunderstood and get pushed aside in agriculture. So any opportunity I have to educate myself as well as my community members, I will take because I just find such a great appeal to it, and it really not only benefits me, but also my community members, as I said. Matthew, why did you want Next Gen Ag to be created? What was your kind of inspiration to Next Gen Ag?
I wanted to be a part of Next Gen Ag and create it because I get so many questions on why I joined FFA. Because my friends that aren't in FFA just ask, why do you feel the need to show an animal? Why do you want to learn so much about plants and animals? And I don't think they understand the full picture that I'm seeing. From my perspective, agriculture is so cool to learn about because there's so many experiments and other types of agricultural creations that are made out there that I want to learn about. And it's not just about plants and animals. It's about way more, and it's about learning and growing your education.
That is a great response, Matthew. Let me ask you this. From your perspective, what do you think people misunderstand the most about agriculture?
In this day and age, I get asked a lot of questions, and I necessarily don't have answers to them. But people ask me, people tell me that they can't do agriculture because they don't have animals, or they don't have the room to plant plants. And I just say agriculture and FFA isn't about animals and plants, but it's about learning how to public speak, learning how plants work, learning how animals are used for agricultural purposes, and how plants contribute to our earth.
That's a great response. I would like to definitely add on about how me myself, I definitely had that mindset of I can't join the FFA because I had no I had no agricultural education background, and I soon realized after I joined the FFA, like, you don't need any of that. But I'll get back to that when we do more deep diving on us.
Why do you think it's important that we include both the next generation and past generations in these conversations?
I think it's really important because obviously the next generation, they may not know things. They may not know certain facts about agriculture, or they may know more than us personally. They probably know more than me, depending on their background of agriculture. And I just personally think the past generations, they are obviously our mentors, they are advisors, they are teachers, they are parents, grandparents, neighbors. They have obviously lived through their life, and they're still living, obviously, and they probably have more educational agricultural background than me. So it's like any opportunity I can take to learn about agriculture and how it affects me today, I want to take, because personally, I think one of the greatest past generation agriculturists I know today is my advisors. My advisors are so nice. They help me with everything, and I just think I have so many opportunities to learn from them, and I want to take all of them. Why do you think it's important?
I think it's important because agriculture is so great to learn about, and we always need that education coming to us from our past generations. And I also really think that it's really good to teach our future generations how agriculture works and what we should be doing to help them.
Yes, I totally agree. And I'm so glad you talked about the future of the future generations, obviously, because we're trying to bring future generations on a podcast. But also, FFA is literally about growing the future of agriculture. So, this podcast should be a way for the future of agriculture, younger generations, our generation, to be able to educate themselves on agriculture and anything else they may be asking themselves, because our generation and the future generations, we are literally the future of agriculture. So depending on which way we go, depending on how rooted we are in agriculture, depends on how the agriculture future will proceed and what kinds of twists and turns it will take. So I think it's really important that we focus on the younger generations of agriculture, just so we can really influence them in a positive manner. Now let's switch gears and introduce ourselves a little more. So Matthew, how did you get involved in agriculture?
So the way I got involved in agriculture was just by starting FFA. I met my teacher, also known as my advisor. He showed me how agriculture was more than just plants and animals. He showed me what we need to do for our community and why agriculture is so great. I thank him very much for starting me, and he's gotten me so far as into agriculture as I think I ever have wanted to. I originally thought agriculture wasn't that big of a deal, and I just really thought of how great my advisor was and how he dug me deeper into agriculture more than I ever thought I could.
I love that response. Um, can you remember a time? Obviously, you're a freshman. You are known as a green hand. Your first year in FFA. Can you remember a time of either starting off this year or last semester of school, when you realized that agriculture was more than just farming or raising animals?
Well, yeah, well, our first units were pretty eye-opening, and I was really glad that they started off with that so I could learn more. And actually, events that agriculture puts on, or the FFA puts on, really helped me to understand that it's not about just plants and animals, it's more about a community and how we need to learn more about agriculture and how we can help others and learn more. And also, our when one of our units was sustainability, and sustainability really taught me that we need to put effort into agriculture and not just have it provide for us. It's not about the plants providing for us; it's about us providing for the plants. And it's not about the animals providing for us, but it's also about us providing for the animals. Because we have a part in agriculture that we need to serve so that agriculture can also serve us.
That's an amazing response.
Now, Dominic, why do you think it's important that we need to include all of these things into our agricultural life, and why do we need to know about agriculture?
I think it's so important because obviously Agriculture is probably one of the greatest and one of the most important things in our nation today. Because obviously, the United States and California, we have very versatile lands. So, any chance that um, people may have to make cities or factories or other things like that, I feel like they'll take. And we as agriculturists need to stick up for agriculture. We need to um, protect agriculture. We need to defend and really debate and protest on agricultural rights, because there are so many laws that are trying to be made about agriculture to what is the word, basically just limit agriculture and its use. And I just don't think that's really fair. I'm trying
Mhm.
to remember one of the laws that we were talking about in class the other day. I think it's there's trying to there's a law that's trying to be passed that is going to limit the amount of money for agriculture education. And personally, I believe that's one of the most important topics of agriculture, and that's one of the most important um, challenges in agriculture right now. As I said, we need to be able to support the younger generations, and limiting the money of agriculture education is not helping that. Um, I know for me, um, I joined FFA last year as a freshman, and I thought, like, why am I going to do this? I have no background in agriculture. It's like, what's the use to me? But my um, my freshman teacher for ag bio, Mr. Zimmerman, he soon really taught me that agriculture is more than just farming and raising animals. It's agriculture is a community. Agriculture is knowing that no matter what, you will have someone there with you to go through the struggle with. Agriculture is being able to really stay sustainable, as you said, really being able to persevere through the struggles. So I think that's just why it's so important that we we keep agriculture in the runs of our nation and really just try and protect agriculture as much as we can.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Also, looking back on how education has shaped you into who you are today, how has it shaped you?
That's a great question, and really, that's kind of what I'm think. That's kind of what I've been thinking about these days, is like, how am I being affected? Because I know my freshman year when I joined, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm doing FFA. Like, I love all this stuff now, and really, what I've been thinking is obviously going off to college. Like, do I want to go to college? What do I want to go to college for? And I've been thinking, like, I have three majors in mind. The first is musical theater. Second is culinary school, and third recently is agriculture education. Now, that's a big one for me because it's like I didn't really think that would be an interest in me, because I've always said like I don't want to be a teacher. Like that's just not something I would want to do. But going through my journey in agriculture and going through my journey through the FFA, it's really opened my eyes to agriculture education, and it just seems like something that I would really like. And obviously, I would like it because I get to stay in the FFA like as an advisor, and I would get to help younger generations. And really, also something for me is getting these applications for regional officer and subcommittee chair for state conference. They are asking like, what's a goal or what's an issue that's challenging for California FFA right now? And my main passion and my main goal is making more opportunities for those younger generations. So I believe that me being able to have an open mindset about agriculture and about agriculture education is just amazing, because that's something I feel like I'm really passionate about, and agriculture has helped me find that passion, and I'm just really grateful for it. Matthew, what is something you found interest in agriculture and through the FFA as your first year?
My first year in agriculture, really has opened my eyes to like making a farm or planting crops, which I never thought about before, because I never really found that interesting. But once I learned I could start making money off of that, and I can even enhance my education just by simply planting one crop and doing like experiments on it, has really opened my eyes to all the things that agriculture has shown to me.
Yeah. Let's get started. Let's start talking about more FFA since we both are in FFA. Obviously, we know that FFA has been a big part of both of our journeys. Um, what originally drew you to the FFA?
Well, my friends were joining it, so I really thought that would be a good idea. And all the opportunities that it opened up for me with like learning how to plant, and I was really excited about animals because animals are also a very good thing to learn about because I have heard from other people about that have took the agricultural classes before and how they said it was so fun. So I thought I may at least just give it a try and see if I liked it. And I really liked the advisor influence that was bestowed upon me, and I'm really happy that I joined.
Yeah.
Dominic, what was one FFA experience that really changed you or pushed you out of your comfort zone?
Okay, I know you said one, but I kind of have two. Um, the first experience was being able to go to GLC. For those of you who don't know what GLC is, GLC stands for Green Hand Leadership Conference. It's a conference for green hands to attend, and when I applied, I didn't think I was going to get it because I haven't, my freshman year, I didn't have many successes in agriculture or in the FFA. So I didn't think I would be able to attend because they took the most high students with the most activity points, and I was like kind of doubting myself. But when I made the list, I was very happy, and it changed my mentality it changed my mentality, it changed my confidence in myself, and it really showed me like if I work for this, I can achieve it. And I shouldn't give up before it's ended. Um, okay, I have two more. Sorry, I'm so sorry. My second is being able to go to state conference. Now that was big for me because I felt so cool being able to go to state conference as a freshman, and it was so cool because it was in Sacramento, and they change it from Sacramento to LA every year, I think. And so I was just so excited, and on the ride up there, it was so amazing because I was with my friends. Staying in the hotel rooms were so amazing. The sessions were so amazing. I made so many new memories there. And one of the memories, oh my gosh, I don't know why I did this. I ate the world's hottest gummy bear. I don't know why I did that. That was a bad idea. Um, but again, we just make so many new memories, and it just really opened my mindset to be like, just don't give up before it ends. Like, you worked for this, and if you achieve it, that's amazing. If you don't achieve it, just try harder next time. My last one is getting my chapter proficiency for food science and technology. My spring SAE was being an entrepreneur and making my own gourmet popcorn business, and that was also the that was also the time where they announced Green Hand officers. And I wait, no, this was the spring banquet when they were announcing chapter officer, and I was really excited because I thought I was going to be slated, but I didn't get slated, which is okay because I'm applying this year, and I was just really bummed because I feel like I didn't really accomplish anything my freshman year. But then I got called up on stage for a chapter proficiency, and it was just amazing. Like, all my advisors, they were just like, they saw my expression on my face, and my Mr. Zimmerman, he walked up to me after and he was like, He just started congratulating me, and I literally wanted to cry because I was so happy because I finally felt like I accomplished something. And those are kind of like the three experiences that changed my journey through FFA and really pushed me to strive for more. Um, but Matthew, how do you think the FFA for or you can answer either one of these. The first one is um, what's been an experience you've had, and the second is how do you think the FFA prepares students for life beyond high school?
Well, an experience I had was for the announcements at the winter banquet of the Green Hand leadership or officer team. I was very interested in this um, type of thing because I love being a leader for others, and I really wanted to do it because I was so dedicated. I thought my hardest on the application, and I was dedicated for doing anything that it took to get up there. And when they were announcing it, they announced in an order, which was very suspenseful. And I had not signed up to be president or anything above Sentinel. But it turns out that I had somehow had the qualities, and I got made president, and that was so like eye-opening for me, and it really showed me what leadership is about and what experiences lie beyond what you think is possible and what you believe what you believe you are able to do. The
Yeah,
other thing that you asked me was like, how does FFA prepare students for life beyond high school and agriculture? Um, well, I believe that FFA prepares students beyond high school by having colleges that have agricultural classes and have all these sciences about plants and animals, and it also teaches a lot of high schoolers that there is more than just school for agriculture, and also it prepares them by how the population has been increasing, that we need people to go out and make their own farms and produce animals and crops because our population is increasing slowly but over time, and once we hit that limit of space, it's gonna be do or die for plants, and we need plants and animals for food, and we need all of that so that we can thrive with our increasing populations. And having uh, been talked about that in biology class has really helped me understand what we need to prepare for as the population keeps rising.
yeah, um, yeah. I think okay. I'm gonna move on to what the listeners can expect. I think for right now we've had a great first episode, and I'm just super excited for the next episodes to come. But Matthew, for everyone listening, what do you have to say to them? Like, what can they expect about Next Gen Ag, and what can they expect from Next Gen Ag?
Well, they can expect some higher authority people to be coming on and talking to us about agriculture, and even the advisors and people from maybe other places like colleges, hopefully, and even from high schools, just so they can inform us about what um, the listeners and also what we would like to learn. Because everybody has that sense of wonder, whether it be about agriculture or not. It's one of those things that you always have in your mind. And for some people, wonder is one of those things that they can never get out of their mind. And we really want to help those who wonder about agriculture, and hopefully we can help that with all of the people coming on.
Yeah. I have to say, like, I feel like the people can expect, and the people should and can expect a podcast that's educational on agriculture, and
Yeah.
it's a podcast where we are literally bringing together the past generations and the future generations. I know right now, a little spoiler alert. I'm trying to get in contact with a manager at the Slow Cal Poly Dairy Farm, so we can have an episode about challenges in dairy. And I know our advisors, some of them said they would be willing to come, and so it's like we're literally bringing forth past generations of agriculturists, future generations, to talk about their perspective in agriculture, how it relates to them, their a topic that they are passionate about, a challenge in agriculture. So I just think that's a really important thing people should know about Next Gen Ag.
Yeah, that's definitely a very good thing that will be coming on sooner. And hopefully we can, all the people that we invite could come and inform us about agriculture, which would be really cool.
Yeah, I know. I am really trying to work hard on this, but I'm trying to get um, many special guests on here. I'm trying to reach out to regional and sectional officers. I'm trying to reach out to local farmers. I'm trying to reach out to some people who work in the water industry. So it's a challenge for us too. It's like we have to really commit to this, and I just think it's a great opportunity for us to grow as agriculturists, and I think it's an opportunity for our community members to get inspired about their call for agriculture and get inspired to really rise up as an agriculturist and take the step forward that they need to take to make an impact on agriculture.
Yeah. Um, we should really start thinking about the future and how we can get all these people on. But let's start moving ahead and actually looking ahead on what we can expect for this for the podcast, and how we can help the listeners.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been trying to reach out to many potential special guests, and I feel like what people can expect is like themed episodes. So obviously, like, there we may do a fair week where we interview people for fair and really figure out challenges that come within fair, come within livestock, or we may do like a dairy production episode like I was trying to do, or we may do like a FFA week. As we know, there's the FFA week, so maybe we interview people during the FFA week, talk about their journey through FFA and what it has to offer to Next Gen Ag, and what an educational opportunity it is.
Yeah. One more question that I have before we start to close up. What do you hope listeners take away from each episode?
Something I hope the listeners will take away is really taking the time and taking their journey to figure out their calling in the agriculture industry. Because I know for me right now, it's like I feel like I'm barely finding my calling, and I feel like maybe going into agriculture education for me, maybe that's not my calling. Maybe my calling is to be be a representative for agriculture and go stand up in a higher position, or maybe it's something totally different. But I feel like the listeners should really take away that opportunity that we're giving them, that we're educating them on, to really find their calling of agriculture and find what they are passionate about in agriculture, because it's not easy to find your passion in agriculture, and it's not easy to find, you're not going to find your calling through agriculture right off the bat. It takes time, it takes experience, it takes education. So I just really hope that listeners will really take that time to educate themselves.
Yeah.
But I think we've had a great first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for listening to our first episode of Next Gen Ag. Again, this is a podcast and a space to learn, listen, and grow through. This is a podcast and space to learn, listen, and grow as generations come together to shape the future of agriculture.
Make sure to follow the podcast and share it with your chapter, classmates, or anyone who's interested in agriculture. We'll see you next time on Next Gen Ag.
Hope you guys have an amazing day.